Oom papa, oom papa, oom papa, oom papa. Sweaty bulldog stood in the sun. Stone Village swamp man, slow motion run. Tender pull police walker, precious birthday fudge. Swamp knife, bull nail, walker undone. Me and Harpua, we couldn't care fewer. It happens all the time. We beat Okibo. Me and Harpua, we couldn't care fewer. It happens all the time. We beat Okibo. Hot liquor, stone jack, bitter, toothless flesh, shabby, pimple, chin slime, evil, milky rash. Me and Harpua, spastic, dead-eyed hound, losing dreadlock, skull cap. We're coming to your town.
Party down.
Me and Harpua, we couldn't care fewer. It happens all the time. We beat Okibo. Me and Harpua, we couldn't care fewer. It happens all the time. We beat Okibo. Far, far away, there lived an evil, mangy mutt named Harpua. Well, Harpua and his owner, who was this evil guy born in the Pine Barrens and who had gone through a long ancestry with no forks, grew up, and this guy, his evil ancestor, he had long red hair and a big beard, and he looked kind of like the guy who just carried the trampoline out here a minute ago. So we'll just call him the Timber Hole. Well, Harpua and his owner, they used to go marching around from their home far off in the North Country, away from all the towns, up in the Pine Barrens, like I said. This is deep in the heart of New Jersey, for those of you who've never been to New Jersey. Anyway, you can kind of imagine. So Harpua and him used to go marching around on certain days looking for a little action, looking for some fun, looking for some hot lunch. So this day was no different than any other day. This particular day when Harpua said goodbye to the Timber Hole, his master, and just started to wander a little farther than he usually did, deep into the heart of the innocent little town that lay in the village in the desert. So there he goes, walking into town this one day. And like I said, he goes a little farther than he usually goes, and he heads into town. Now, meanwhile in town, there's this one little house in the suburban area, in the rich area of town. And sitting in that house is a young boy named Jimmy. And Jimmy is sitting there, and he's having a wonderful afternoon. And on this particular day, he's sitting there in his sight. He just cracked a beer. He leaned back in his armchair, and he's ready to watch his favorite hockey player, Cam Neely, kicking the Penguins' ass. So there he is, watching Cam Neely win the Stanley Cup, and he's sitting back there, and he looks down at his side, and he looks down, and he's sitting there, and he's petting his best friend, a little furry, smooth little kitty cat. And he looks down at the cat and he says, you're my favorite friend, and there's nothing I like more than sitting here on a Saturday afternoon, watching Cam Neely, drinking a beer. Woo! The Bruins are gonna win the Stanley Cup. Anyway, he's sitting there watching TV and he's drinking his beer and he's petting his cat and he says, I love you, I love this, I love sitting in my chair petting you, petting you, I love to pet you. I love to pet you. I love to pet you, my pet cat. I love to pet you. I love to pet you. Poster nutbag! Poster Nutbag, his best friend, his little kitty, and on this particular day, Poster Nutbag decided he'd had enough and he wanted to go out for a little walk. So Poster Nutbag got up and Jimmy opened the door and Poster Nutbag wandered out into the street. Meanwhile, we had forgotten about the beginning of the story because as Poster Nutbag wandered around his yard, he had no idea that he was about to round the corner and come face to face with Harpua, who is out looking for some action. And Harpua, the evil, mangy dog, came toward Poster Nutbag. Poster Nutbag coiled his body into a deadly arch. There was gonna be a fight. Oh my God! Harpua let a hungry drop of saliva drip onto the ground. Look, the storm's gone.
Jimmy? Yes, Dad? Jimmy, I have some bad news. Well, what is it, Dad? It's about your cat poster. You mean my favorite cat, Poster Nutbag? Your cat died.
Poster is dead. Poster is dead. Poster's so dead.
How about a goldfish? A goldfish. I don't want a goldfish. I want a dog.
With an ugly mutation, and it needs lubrication each day. There's a dog in the station, contemplating rotation as a form of recreation and play. A dog. station with a bad reputation. It's a sign of the nation's decay. But the dog in the station comes to bleed a big patient as the people rush by dressed in gray.